Yabushige appears to be playing both sides, however Episode 4 has shown his true allegiance. Yabushige is presently greeting Toranaga and his troops to Enjiro after assisting them in leaving Osaka. With the assistance of John Blackthorne, the shogun's equivalent of William Adams, who had access to strategies and weaponry that the Japanese did not, the Lord of Ezu was tasked with teaching his warriors. But at the end of Shōgun Episode 4, what was meant to be a training period became the opening act of a war. Ishido and the Council of Regent Lords dispatched samurai Nebura-Josen and his men to retrieve Yabushige and return him to Osaka. Yabushige countered that he had been employed by Ishido all along and even extended an invitation to Josen to witness a demonstration of the cannon's destructive ability. Yabushige's situation becomes much more difficult as a result of Toranaga's son using the cannon to strike Josen. He may now need to choose a side and follow it through to the end of the conflict. Yabushige, the Lord of Ezu, ought to be devoted to Yoshi Toranaga, the Lord of Kanto, at all times. Although Yabushige has been assisting Toranaga in recent episodes, he has also been employed by Ishido for this same period. Yabushige was promised Toranaga's seat in the Council of Regents, a position Ishido thinks would become open as soon as Toranaga is forced to commit seppuku and is impeached. Yabushige has had several private meetings with Ishido, despite his desire for Toranaga to think he is not running for a council seat. One such instance occurred in the second episode of Shōgun, when John Blackthorne was set to be put to death by the Christian Lord's orders. While the majority of the Council of Regents thought that killing the Anjin would be advantageous, Ishido thought that keeping Blackthorne alive would be beneficial in preparation for future battles. Just before Blackthorne's death, Yabushige staged an escape from prison, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Lord of Ezu was in fact collaborating with Ishido. Yabushige reaffirmed in Shōgun Episode 4 that he was devoted to Ishido rather than Toranaga. Lord Toranaga is aware of Yabushige's plan. It was evident to the Lord of Kanto that Yabushige prevented John Blackthorne from being put to death, which was advantageous for Ishido. Additionally, Toranaga has discussed Ishido's offer, in which the Lord of Ezu adamantly states he was not interested in openly with Yabushige. Despite being aware of Yabushige's dualistic tendencies, Toranaga chooses to keep him around, probably because he has few other choices and allies. Toranaga is getting stronger, but he's also getting farther away from people. Even though Yabushige has stated that he does not want to be on the council, this is too good an opportunity to turn down. The only way Toranaga could escape Osaka was with Yabushige's assistance. The latter is now accepting Toranaga's inner circle and family into his fief. That being said, Hiroyuki Sanada's character might be in for a shock if Toranaga thinks Yabushige will stick by him when it comes time to make a crucial choice. Although Yabushige presents himself as obedient to his lord, it is obvious that he is disturbed by the way his men treat Toranaga with respect and assistance when they arrive on Enjiro. It's safe to infer that Yabushige wants the same level of authority. It may be claimed that Yabushige's present strategy is to keep his head, despite the growing tension between him and Ishido and Toranaga between Shōgun Episode 3 and Episode 4's events. Yabushige has shown greater loyalty to the Council of Regents than to his own lord, despite his attempts to play both sides of the dispute and his apparent belief that Ishido has the upper hand. Even though Yabushige has stated that he does not want to be on the council, this is too good an opportunity to turn down. Complex personalities abound in Shōgun's roster, and Yabushige is no exception. As demonstrated in Shōgun Episode 1, he finds death to be fascinating and relishes the sounds of someone's life coming to an end. Nevertheless, Yabushige is currently engaging in a very dangerous game with the two most influential individuals in the production. Yabushige might be quickly executed by Ishido if he decides to stick on Toranaga's side. If he tries to double-cross Toranaga on behalf of the council, the Lord of Kanto could also have him killed.